Audio check. Is that bad? New audio. Okay, I think that works. Let us begin. Hello all and welcome back to this stream with me, Parkour, and we're back on GTA 5 because I've got another Streamlist planned. Oh, quiet. Right then, let's get right into it. The first race is quite an interesting one. It's parkour but harder, because it's in one of the most unstable vehicles possible to use in this game. And we're going to be going up a mountain with it. Yeah. Get rid of the livery, swap to free mode even if it makes a little difference for my outfit. Now, yeah, these things are very unstable, as you'll see when we try to get up the mountain. You can do the slightest of turns and try and turn the other way, and it will just go rolling right on over. So just be careful at this bit. You can see the rest of the course up there. And by doing that I fall off, because of course I do. Eyes on the road. But we'll be on the mountain in a bit. And you can see just how unstable this thing gets. Slow down a bit, get onto here, and then keep it slow and steady, otherwise we will tip over. Okay, that's a bit better than I expected. Kind of having to fight the controls to keep it stable though. Okay. Yeah, as you can see I tried to correct falling over and it just wants to go straight on over to the other side. And now it doesn't even want to go up that tiny little. That ain't even a hill. That's just a bump in the road. Oh, yeah. This ain't going well. Instant reset. Right, slowly. There we go. And then up here. Keep it slow again. Very thin bit here. And that's as far as we go up the mountain, which is pretty much to the top. You can see where I was just stood. And now we get to parkour kind of stuff. So yeah, this is what I meant by parkour but harder. And in something that's as wide as the roads are, because there's going to be a lot of these thin parts, it's going to be tough. Just get lined up, fail to get lined up. This one is also quite long, so that's why it's the first one here, so that if I do eventually give up, not that I see myself doing so, I can easily remove it and get back to the playlist, no problem at all. Saved it. And now here's where the difficulties come. Although it is nice that they help, the creator helps us a bit by smoothing out the turns. Not that it helps me, because I can't really keep straight. No, don't try and aggress it. And don't try and aggress it. Swap the cam to this side, come around, and we almost end up over. I really have no idea how the map maker expected this to be done with loads of people on track, as he says, because in the description he does say have loads of friends for a great fun time, or something to that effect. But who is going to be able to do this without ghost mode active? You'd all just be in a lion, unless you're just whacking each other off and laughing at the expense of that. See, this is a bit harder bit now because there's no longer any corner smoothing. So you've got to be very precise in movements and not do that. Otherwise you get put right back to here. Okay, across and across. Careful, time it. And no. Okay, saved it. Careful. We're just barely up. Oh dear. Okay. That really was expected, wasn't it? Wait, and then power on through, break, and through, Titan technical, be a complete idiot and fall off. This ain't even the hardest bit. The hard bit, as you can see, is yet to come. Okay. Tiny break, tiny movement. Okay. We're on. Move right to the outside, but don't go over. Turn, break, reverse, turn, break, reverse, turn. No, 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 no. No, keep that wheel on, keep that wheel on. We can save it as long as that wheel is on. There we go. How do you this? No. Almost there. Almost there. No, I ain't gonna power through just yet. Now we go, 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 go. And then again, go, go, go. Okay, I'm making a bit smoother turns this time. Hopefully that can continue. Okay, final straight of this part. Do not get it wrong. Do not fall off yet. And there we are. Now then. Time to do this bit. Which makes for a very unstable trap. And is probably the reason why this vehicle was chosen. Because as I said before, you try and correct this, you're probably just going to end up over on the other side with just the smallest of corrections. All that. It doesn't really seem to have much in the way of a suspension. Being an off-road vehicle it won't, but it's also very heavy and the suspension makes it feel as though it's very light. But once you've done this, the ultimate in trickery will begin. No, overpowered. Too far. Again. There, slow but steady, and here we go. Slow will be victorious here. Unfortunately, instability can kick in at any time and ruin your entire day. Although instability doesn't seem to be in effect when you're going slow. And the bit I was most worried about, I've done first time. Knee. Okay, nope. Not first time. Can we do it almost a second time? Great. No. Failure. And I'm just going to end up stuck here, I think. Oh, careful. Okay, power across, brake, power across, and then brake. Right to the edge, power across, lift up it, and there's still more difficult bits coming with roads that are as wide as the vehicle. As you can see, that they shouldn't present that much of a problem compared to the ones up above. Slow it down. Roll. And then jump from side to side. Slowly, of course. Don't do me in physics. I know you're just waiting to. Okay, across here. And line up to go on the road. Be an idiot and almost fall off. Completely fall off. Right, let's line up a bit better this time. Yeah, the mapmaker puts the corner parts in again for this final bit, so it's easy to keep stable and know where exactly to turn. Okay, and around here. There's plenty of parkour maps available. I've yet to play them all, obviously, but they are there to find if you know where to look. I have got one of the bookmarked, and I do plan to pull it into another of these Streamlists. Well, I hadn't pulled it into this one because, well, I haven't played it, that particular one for so long, so I don't know what it contains. Okay, there's the finish line. This is a home stretch. Careful now. You can do this sub 20 if we're careful. Sub 19 if we're very careful. There goes sub 19. Right then, just balancing to all of those and across the line. I really didn't seem to have as much trouble with it as I had before when I was testing it out. I got to 35 minutes that time because I had trouble with the vehicle, but that problem doesn't seem to have arisen today in quite a terrible manner. Right then, track number 2, one of my own. Twist Road. So named because most of it is just in a tube. And it does a zigzag, well, not really a zigzag, but a spring-like thing. So you just go around in a circle 3 times, ever increasing your height. And then at the end you got a bit of a split path. So you can... Excuse me, you're not meant to be here. Honestly. Anyway, here's a tube. You go around this 3 times. And then we probably crash and burn down at the bottom there. Just one more turn, here we are. That went better than expected. And now we just continue along the tube, twisting around some of the buildings. Until we get to the top point, where the split fork is. That isn't very, well, it's meant to be random up to the 2 directions you can go, but you can very easily decide for yourself by just doing that. I'll show you the random tube bit on the second lap. Well, they sort of saying it on the first, because that way I could choose which of the two we hadn't been. Oh well. Oh, could have almost made that without touching that car. Oh well. And on to the second lap. Hopefully there's no idiot driver trying to get in here this time. No. So back in the tube. Twist around 3 times. Hopefully don't crash and burn again. Although it wouldn't matter if we did. Okay, we're doing something completely different instead. I'm just getting stuck. No crashing and burning here. I did just design this one because, well, I wanted a race that went around all these buildings, and I just used the tube to go completely random in directions. But then, when it got to this point, I had intended to do a speed highway from Sonic Adventure 1, but I couldn't get it to work as good as intended, so you've just got a random tube bit here. Okay, we're on this other path. Again, it's kind of twisty. Again, I think this is easier with 2 paths to go on. I haven't timed it, but I only think there's a few seconds between the few seconds difference. Sorry there, pal. Yeah, definitely sorry there, pal. Okay, race number 3. And one I had found recently. And is it the one I think it is? No, it's the other one. So, Stunt Drive in the Palais. This one is a bit, well, I guess, awkward. Going to the Vader again. Because the Vader is always the right choice. Except it's probably going to be a bit too slow, but we will see. We can always wheelie up any parts that are too difficult. But yeah, as I was looking on the social club, this one did catch my eye, as it looked kind of normal at first, because that's just how the map maker wanted you to think. Except obviously you can see all stunt crops, even if you can't tell which ones they are. So I knew I was in for something a bit more unique than just a straight drive along that road. But yeah, this cast part ain't really that difficult. The difficulty comes with that part up there. And then another part further along. Oh dear. Oh dear. May as well just restart. Reset. Right then. That might look as though we can just go out of the tube, but the tech is in the tube. Come on, come on. Stunt drive it, stunt drive it, stunt drive it. Yeah, this bike's probably a bit too slow. Well, I have done it with it, so we can do it again. Wheelie, 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 wheelie. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And then around here. And yeah, so you could probably skip that whole section if you really want. Oh dear. That. Okay, so let's just skip ahead. Oh, hello, Cricken. No, what was you expecting? Yeah, skip ahead. Easy enough. Okay, so across. Okay, so yeah, most of it is just a dirt drive along. And then down here towards the water for the third of the parkour elements. How you been anyway, Cricken? Doing alright? Ah, yeah. This bit. The... Ah, okay, what did you have? Nice. Damn it. This is a part that's very difficult because it's just completely random. Ooh, fish fingers and tips. Sounds nice. Any sauces or other condiments? Okay, that's that bit done. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there's some tight corners here. And then up here. And then there's another stunt section up here with more tight corners. And another tutorial bit this black bear gets up. Come on. Wheelie up and completely missed checkpoint. Right. You should have seen that one coming. Try not to do it again. Slow. Okay. Safe. Heard it. Difficult bit, I think. Or have I already done it now? Because we're pretty much done with this one. That would have been funny if I'd have ended up in the back of that thing. I don't think I'd have liked it though, even if it would have only set me back a few seconds. Oh. Come on. The slow bike always gets picked by me just because of a name. Then again, maybe the bike is slow because it is called Vader, and Darth Vader is a mechanical monster that is slow and technical. Nah. It's just terrible. Okay, I think this is another bit coming up that we'd probably skip if we really wanted to, yeah, because we just come up here and we attempt to come up here. We're not going up there, so we'll just skip. Although maybe that's why you can skip. But then that just makes a completely unfair advantage to those that do. This next race will be another of mine, and if I'm right in thinking, that race is crossovers. It is indeed. So, this was one that I created on the PC version, but I wanted to port it over to the Xbox One, but I wanted to give it a bit of a difference. So I used some stunt crops to create that difference. Most notably with the jump that comes in a bit, and also a shortening of this path. So yeah, you wouldn't have this jump on the PC version, and it's a bit easier up here because that ramp is there, so you don't just end up crashing and losing control instantly. I had to hit the tree. And then yeah, you've got some of the props that make it a bit easier, that guide your way. And then this path that is just completely different, because on the PC version it extends a bit longer to where the end is, but because those stunt props are there, you can't really get the turn correct anymore. So to keep with the name of crossovers, I decided to make that jump go both ways. And yeah, this part here on the PC version, once you hit this checkpoint, you would have to back out and then go along the road to be able to hit this checkpoint, but instead it just made it easier to handle. And on to the second lap. Ooh, that is a nice sunset. Okay, here, yeah, there's still a bit of a way to lose control, too much street furniture. While you can get rid of it, it is a bit 50-50 on whether it does. In the creator at least. Because I had trouble just removing a bit of it to... Anyway, yeah. In the PC version, you'd come along here, and then underneath here is a road, so then you'd come here and onto there. Well, it's easier to have a jump as a bit of a blind spot, even though with 2 laps it doesn't really matter much, because pack won't have split that much. But there's always the opportunity to increase the laps and increase the fun that can be had. press into another tree. And yeah, a nice simple race from me completed. Now then, the fifth race is using the new open wheel creator. I think someone is trying to make a bit of an F1 type season. Because if you look at their creations, you can see about 10 different tracks. All roughly the same and all using the open wheel racing style. We'll just up it to 5. And then yeah, custom PR4. Now we just have a quick drink before it begins. Yeah, so one thing that the open wheel creator doesn't allow is all the fancy stuff of the Rockstar created races. So you've got no tyre wear, no damage, not really any reason to pit. So it's just straight up racing. And that's what I kinda like best. Wow, straight up racing and the more unique stuff. So yeah, that crash probably would have removed the entire front wing, but still there. And I really need to remember to brake more often to get around these corners. And also, this is F1. First person view. Yeah, because in F1 I am in the cockpit view all the time when playing. It just makes it a bit easier to see what's going on. And time the corners a bit easier, even if you can't really tell what's around you. Okay. Maybe not brake, but at least let it roll around corners. That's definitely pretty clear. Okay, straight line out. 3 more laps to go. If a creator can actually get a full season of these tracks done, about 20, it would be fun to go through more. I'll have to have a look and see. Maybe make an event of it all on its own. Couple complete F1 season within GTA. 20 races, or however many there ends up being. Five laps each. And maybe I could try and get some people around and on board. Oh dear. Okay, when we're near the end of this race, we will come out first person, just so we don't have to faff about getting back to third person in the next race. Yeah, I'm really botching some of these cornering lines. Against others who were actually wanting to compete. These open wheel races can be quite a bit of fun. Most of the time it's just a very idiots messing about. And even when you do get into a race where some people want to do it proper, there's still idiots at the back, causing the races to be a bit awkward, because they can be the ones to change everything. And that's usually why I just hot lap, because no matter what race you're in, whether it be transformed, regular GTA, or open wheel, people won't be idiots. Okay, out to first person. It's quite a nice track this for open wheel racing. Kind of reminds me a bit of a Chinese Grand Prix, I think it is, on the latest F1 game. And now on to race number 6. The last of mine. In the Streamlist. One of the earliest that I created in the Xbox One version of the game. Now, if we're doing sports, we want the easy. With this one, I think I was testing how close you could get the checkpoints to the water's edge without using any stunt props. but of course unless it's raining and storming it down, you're not really going to be affected by the water anyway. Oh, is it not? Yeah, it's 9. PlayStation event is starting. I already said I would laugh hysterically if GTA 5 Remastered was featured again at the start of it. Or even GTA 6 being featured. Very long shot of it happening. So yeah, this path just comes back around to hit the other end of the beach. So you go from where these rocks are, which technically counts as the start of it, underneath the Del Perro Pier, I think that one is. I can't remember the name of the places. And then to the other end, near where the airport is. Careful here, we can easily veer off into the sea. So it's best to slow down a bit. And here we are onto lap 2. And of course, it being night, there is no one around on the beach. Just checking. I would seriously hope no one's out of the night sunbathing. You don't really want to be doing that. What are you doing? Are you in GTA? Yeah. Get a move on. And be thankful I didn't blow your car up. Blocking the road of the Grace. What do you think he is? A vigilante? Okay, all of the issues do suffer from oversteer when it's speed. Something to be very careful of. Well, it's manageable enough. So it's not really a problem. Especially if there's no one trying to tailgate you and whacking the back end. Almost there now, and then on to the final race. Which is the only transform race featured in the Streamlist. And I can't really remember all that much about it. I just added it because it was a transformed race, and it easily makes it known that it's transformed race. Because it has transformed in the name. Yeah, extreme transform cards. Let's look at the map. I think there might be a bit of a boat section. Or probably a bit of parkouring to be done. I can't remember. No, it says man says look through gargoyle F30. No one is ever going to choose Vertigo unless they like being slow. But yeah, 400 this time, even though the Vader's probably there to pick. And we start in one of my favourites, the Oppressor Mark 1. And not the mechanical broomstick, but it's Mark 2. You absolute bugger. Conniving. At least that set the tone for what we can expect. It's gonna be a troll map. Okay, so we're playing. Yeah, we're gonna try and take off. Excuse me. Where was the checkpoint? See? Troll map. I'm not speeding. Okay, let's just speed it up then. We should be able to see where any checkpoints are. Just down here, small corrections made. And then here, and you better hope you hit the ramp. Or else you'll do what I just did and end up in a drink. Right then, just boost through the tunnel, making sure to hit the checkpoint. And then into a boat we Blazer Aqua, and we are just going to enjoy ourselves on a nice little boat trip. Nice waves to be nice and kind, cool. It's fortunate this is only one lap, because I have a feeling it's going to be around an 8-minute race. Let's just check. Yep. Maybe. We were more than halfway there already. I'm almost here 4 minutes, so maybe not. Okay, so we're coming in, we're transforming into a person. Now the bike routes which haven't been used up until this point. Nice to see that they include it in some fashion, because sometimes... Okay, that was just small. That's what I was about to say. Some people just feature it for 1 or 2 checkpoints, just so they can play around with a load of cool stuff. And the same goes for this race as well, it seems. But the cool stuff is usually what makes transformed races what they are, so as long as it's not a tugboat. So I don't mind that too much. Okay, tight turns. And then we are transforming ourselves back into the oppressor by coming up. Oh no, it's a parachute down. We don't want to go splat, so open the chute. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6-minute payout. And yeah, that concludes the Streamlist. But before we end, I want to do what I was attempting before I started and get my car at the top of Tiliad. I got about halfway there before I lost control and it ended up in a rock where it cannot be recovered. Kinda bad, but at the same time, that's just what happens with too much power. Okay, so I was trying to go up the other side of Tiliad. So this side should be a bit easier. So let's begin. We're gonna head there first, obviously, but it's not that much of a journey. The map of 5. Well, this game pretty much loops itself around, with there just being one major road around Tiliad. Just a bit further on. Yeah, I attempted it once with a bus. It is terrible to do so with a bus. Even one that's been modded to hit its speed quicker. I just resorted to using the fly mod to get up to the top. And then just chucked it down the mountain. Because that's what you do really, you drive cars up there and then just chuck them right down again. Okay, so this is the start of the Tiliad West Path in a bit. Yeah, right here. So we come up here, turn to the left, and then we begin. Try not to put too much power down, try not to hit the person. There will be some obstacles to overcome, but hopefully not as many as on the east side. Okay. Careful now. Up we come. Power it up there, but not too much power. Tight turn. Yeah, the platinum bit is where the most trouble will be had, because unlike the rest of the mountain, there's no safeties available. If you fall off here, you're falling off for good. So keep the power on, but not too much. And here we are, top of Tiliad. So we find somewhere to park. Ah, that ruins the photo op, doesn't it? No, come on, you are getting up there. You are getting up there. Is that a bit of smoke I see coming from it? Kind of hope not. Okay, you know what? We'll take the alternate route. Do I be mean? Do I be mean? Now, couldn't face be mean. And here we are. Exactly where we started this stream from. Just get into photos. We want to point opposite to where we're going to activate. And here we are. Kind of want to get more of car inside. About there. too far. About this, just past this corner. Perfect. Well, not exactly perfect because of the damage to our car. But pretty good. We got it to the top at least. And now we can tuck it straight away back down. Yes, this is a shorter stream than the Mask of Myths ones, but the shorter streams will be GTA related anyway, so unless I was to create some kind of mammoth 2-hour playlist featuring over 20 tracks, which I might do someday. But for now, the GTA ones will be smaller, featuring less than 10 tracks per stream. As for this one, it is over, so thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.